Hello my students, 5th grade, how are you today? Welcome again in Hadi and Mohammad schools. Today inshallah we will complete our classes with lesson 6 writing, and you need to open your workbooks page 88 and 89. And we have an outcome for today. Write a summary of a story. My students, please open your workbooks page 88. Prepare to write. Exercise number 1. Read the sentences from a summary of a trip to remember. Pupils book pages 60 and 61. Cross the sentences which don't contain important information. As you can see here, my student, here we have a summary of a trip to remember the story, and we have to omit and cross the sentences with unnecessary information. Let's read from the beginning. Number 1. This is a story about Abby and her grandma, who is an inventor. Abby didn't think that playing outside was important. Also, this is important information or sentence. Number 3. One of the inventions in her grandma's workshop was a flying trumpet. This is unnecessary sentence, so we have to cross this unnecessary information. Number 4. Abby discovered an old bike in grandma's workshop, which took her into the future. This is important. Number 5. The bike made noises like whoosh and clunk when Abby started to pedal. This is not important, so we have to cross and omit it. هي جملة ليست مهمة، ليس مهم ذكرها في ملخص القصة. Number 6. In the future, Abby saw a purple car flying past a skyscraper. So also this is not important, so we have to write cross. Number 7. Abby realized how important fresh air is and wanted to get back to the present. This is important to know. And number 8. Grandma gave Abby a new computer game, but Abby wanted to play outside first. Also, this is important to know. Now, we omitted 3 sentences, which are number 3, number 5, and number 6. Now, let's move to the next activity. You are going to write a summary of a trip to remember. Look at the story on Pupils Book pages 60 to 61. Write notes to complete the chart. Here, my students, we have to complete this chart about the important information in the previous story. Someone. Who are the main characters? What do we need to know about them? الشخصيات الأساسية في القصة، وأيضا المعلومات التي يجب أن نعرفها عن كل شخصية. Here you can write, for example, Abby and her grandma. So we have two main characters, Abby and her grandma. Abby likes playing games on her tablet more than playing outside. This is important to know about Abby. Her grandma is an inventor. Also, this is important to know about grandma. Here we have wanted. What did the characters want? What did the previous characters, who are Abby and her grandma, want? Yes, we can write, for example, Abby wanted to play games on her tablet, and her grandma wanted Abby to play outside because fresh air is important and we won't have it forever. So this is the answer about what did the characters want. Now move to the next one. So So لذلك, what did the characters do? ماذا فعلت الشخصيات؟ Excellent. It was Abby's birthday. Abby found an old-fashioned purple bike in her grandma's workshop. She got on the bike and started to pedal forwards. So this is about what did the characters do. As we said in the previous story, that Abby's got onto the bike and started to pedal forwards to see the future. Now move to the next one. But what was the problem? As we said also, each story has a problem or main idea to talk about. Here, what was the problem? ما هي المشكلة? And we have to write but before writing the problem. The problem was Abby traveled to the future. She saw lots of skyscrapers. The air was polluted and there weren't birds or trees. And there weren't any children playing outside. She felt sad. So this is the problem that happened in the story. And before this problem, we have to write but. But Abby traveled to the future and then complete the idea. Now move to the next one. Then, what happened in the end? Here you have to write the ending of the story, which is, as we said in Abby's story, then she jumped onto the bike and pedaled backwards. She was back in Grandma's workshop. Abby got her present and it was a new time travel game for her tablet. Abby asked her grandma to play outside. She learned that fresh air is important. So this is the ending of the story and we have to write it here. نهاية القصة. And pay attention, my students, that we use linking words between the sentences in summarizing a story. Here we have so, but. Also at the end we can write then. So we can use these linking words to combine the sentences with each others. نقوم باستخدام أدوات الربط لتجميع الجمل مع بعضها وتصبح فقرة أو ملخص للقصة. Now we are ready to write. Write a summary of a trip to remember using no more than 100 words. And as we said, don't include unnecessary information in summarizing stories. Firstly, we have to write the title, A Trip to Remember, at the beginning of the summary. And then we have to begin with the first thing that we wrote in the previous activity. So we have to begin with the first one. Abby and her grandma are the main characters. Abby likes playing games on her tablet more than playing outside. Her grandma is an inventor. So we have to begin our summary with this information. After that, the second one, then the third, fourth, fifth one in order, and pay attention. Don't forget to use these linking words between the sentences. Now let's read this one. One day, Abby was playing a virtual tennis game on her tablet, and her grandma wanted to play outside because fresh air is important and we won't have it forever. Then we have to complete with the next one. It was Abby's birthday. Abby found an old-fashioned purple bike. Now, my students, you have to complete the previous information and you have to write them here as a summary of a trip to remember. My students, try to complete this summary and don't forget to send it for me. That's all for today. Thank you very much. See you next class. Goodbye.